already learned from the three of you, so it's an honor to be here getting to host this panel with you guys today.
Thanks.
And I was doing a little bit of math, so we've got Mr. Rob Puckett on the end, 12 years with experience working a mortgage protection lead. We've got Miss Sarah Pappas, 8 years of experience working a mortgage protection lead. Chris Cook, 17 years working a mortgage protection
Old
lead.
man on campus right there.
The old guy.
Yeah.
The old guy.
And I'm hovering right around that 7.5. So it's 44 years of combined experience on the stage right now, getting to teach you guys about how to master the phones. And we're going to be doing that with the BEST system. So if you guys are not already familiar, we have systems for everything here at Symmetry. And the phone script is really a phone system.
Hey, no, hold on. It's not charged. Let me put it back in. It's not charged. I got 5 minutes before my appointment.
Why isn't it charged?
I haven't touched it. You did it, not me.
Well, fix it. Put it back in.
That's what I'm going to do. Right, now it's charging. Hi, good evening. This is Lionel. Fuck you, bitch. Hi there, Elaine. Can you hear me? Elaine.
Hello?
Hi. Yes, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, great. I can't see your video quite yet.
Uh,
There might be a little picture of like a little camera that says join with video recording or something.
I think I see it.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Now I can see you. How you doing?
Okay. Trying to avoid the little boys.
So how was your Easter weekend? Did you have a great weekend?
Yes, we did. The kids had a lot of fun.
All right, now you got to tell me about this. Okay, I thought you were joking when you told me you've got 11 kids. Is that?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh. And they're all from birth, or have you adopted kids?
No adoptions are all from birth.
Wow. Wow.
No twin.
Well, that's kudos to you, man. And you've obviously had a lot of people say to you, when are you going to get your soccer team up and going?
Well, I'm not so sure some of them because my oldest is 25.
Okay, and your youngest is?
6.
6. Wow. You've been a busy mommy, man. That's great. And you've also got some grandkids as well, I believe.
I have 6 grandchildren.
That's awesome. Yeah, I got 2 grandkids, and I have a favorite saying. If I'd known what a pleasure grandkids were, I would have had them first.
Plus, the great thing is you get to send them home to their parents.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So, so I'm going to be, I'm going to go through a few things with you. I'm going to be sharing some screens with you. I'm going to be asking you a few more additional questions. And please, but at any time, if you have a question you want to ask, don't hesitate. Stop me. And if I have the answer, I'll be able to help you right away.
Okay.
What is important is to also realize that I take the position as a consultant. So for me, it's very important for me to get to know you a little bit better and to get to understand your needs and concerns. And,
Okay.
once we have that, then I can be able to manipulate into a solution to your needs and concerns, and also, find something that's affordable. That's the most important thing. So before we get going, do you have a pen and paper close by?
Let me see. I am in my bedroom, so. Yes, I do. Amazing.
Okay. So you got the older kids taking care of the little 6-year-olds and the little ones?
Yes, when I'm at work, they're still doing online schooling, so the
Okay.
older kids take care of the younger ones.
Well, that's
Anytime I leave, well, shortly after I leave, my oldest son comes home from work. He works third shift.
okay. So of all the kids, how many of the kids are actually in home still with you right now?
Right now I have 9 that lives in the house with me.
So you've got more than one babysitter that can help, and
Oh yeah.
you've got to have a great teamwork going over there, man. Have you ever thought about writing a book?
No, not really, but I mean, it's not hard to, keep all those children in mind.
All
They
right.
know if you do something wrong, you're gonna have to meet with mom, and mom's not very nice when it comes to certain things.
That's right. You got to keep mom's heart happy.
Right.
When I came to the US, I actually brought out a sports coaching program for young kids between the ages of 5 and 8, and there were a little bit. There was a few choice ways of making it understood to the kids. You know, you gotta keep me happy, keep my heart happy.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not gonna be good. Um,
Right.
you know, in South Africa, we never knew about time out and all that sort of stuff. So when I came here, I had to learn a lot of the new tricks, the US tricks. You know, we've got time
Yeah,
out.
sometimes timeouts doesn't work, but taking away something definitely works, especially when it's electronic.
You've hit the nail on the head. I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, yeah. So Elaine, let me ask you a question. What was your main motivation and your main concern when you actually inquired, wanting more information about mortgage protection?
I just remember that my mom and my dad had that when they bought their house, and my dad died, and just having my mom alone, there's no way she could have made the payments, so the house was paid off, and I figured, well,
Right,
if I go, then it's just me, the children.
right.
So not saying anytime soon, because according to my children, I'm not allowed to die ever.
Right, yeah, and unfortunately, we don't have control over that. Um,
Right.
I always say there's a little register up there, up in the heavens, with our name and our date, and it could be next
Yep.
week, could be next month, it could be in another 40, 50 years. Um, yeah,
Yeah. Well, according to half of my children, they're like, no, no, absolutely not.
right. Now, was it your dad or your parents that passed away?
It was my dad that passed away.
Now, when he passed away, did he have anything in place? Was it a struggle for your mom?
Well, after he passed away, the house was paid off,
Okay,
and which just meant that my mom had to keep up with the bills,
right,
and she got survivor Social Security for us children, which there was four of us children,
right,
and she worked as well, so
right.
paying the bills was no problem from there. Didn't have that mortgage payment.
Right, right. Yeah. So, and this is my whole goal and aim, and that's to be able to go through a few things with you. And, you know, I had a situation, a quick story. I don't know if I told you the first time we spoke about my wife and her stepdad, and we got together and bought a investment home. And he was paying the mortgage. We pumped all our money into the home. It was getting great rentals. He then took ill. He developed lung cancer, so we brought him into our home to take care of him because my wife's a great caregiver. But unfortunately, 18 months later, he actually passed away in our home, which was very, very sad. But
Right.
the reality hit us within 30 days. We had to come up with $2,500 to pay the mortgage, and we never had it. So we
Oh wow.
so we quickly put the home on the market to sell it, and at that time the real estate bubble had just burst. So we tried. We had one buyer, it fell through. We couldn't sell the friggin' home, and eventually the bank said to us, "We're taking the home back in foreclosure." So we lost him, and we lost the home, the equity in the home. We lost everything in the home. Had he
Right.
had he just a small plan of 15 or 20,000 just to pay mortgage for maybe 3, 4 extra months, we probably would have been able to sell the home, but we never had it. And that's why it's a passion of mine to help all my clients. That's the last thing that I wish on anybody because
Right.
it is devastating. Yeah.
I
So
mean, there are a couple of my children that actually would make enough money to, pay the mortgage, but why would you put something like that, on them?
exactly, and I want to commend you for that. The other question I want to ask you is: do you have any personal life insurance in place right now?
No, I don't.
All right, so it's very
I
so
haven't looked into that.
it's tremendously important that between you and I, we can find a plan that's affordable and that can work for you and suit your needs. That's for sure.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to actually.
Well, when my husband died, we didn't have any, life insurance on him or anything, and everything had to come out of our pocket and borrowing, and it it was bad.
That must have been real tough, especially leaving the large family behind with no coverage.
Right.
Yeah, I actually had a lady that I contacted about 3 weeks ago, and her husband had passed away in November with COVID, and
Wow.
he also had nothing. So my heart just goes out to these people in a big way. Um,
Right.
right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we're going to go through a few slides that I want to share with you.
Okay.
There might be a bit of computer latency, but the screen I'm sharing right now is a blue screen, and it says mortgage protection.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay, great. So yeah, there you can see my name, Lionel Anderson. There's my mugshot, and there's also my license ID number. And I just want to go through my role and purpose quickly with you. My role. I am a state licensed broker, and as I mentioned earlier, I take the position as a consultant. I'm not a salesperson, but I represent about 40 of the top insurance carriers in the US. But I don't work for them. I work for you. My allegiance is with my clients, and my expertise is to navigate through all the different insurance options and come up with the best possible one for you based on your health and your budget. And
Okay.
kudos to you. Your health is great. There's no red flags over there, which makes my job a little easier. And my purpose is to help you apply for that coverage as soon as possible. And
Okay.
with COVID, it's actually opened doors for us because we can actually do everything online. Like if we find a program that you like this evening, I fill out the application, I get it sent off through the internet, and within 3-4 days, we get an answer back. Elaine's got coverage, she qualifies, and we're good to go.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Yeah. So just quickly to go through. Well, I'm not going to take much time. What do? We protect the whole of life's journey, life, health, asset management. We look after the children as well, grandchildren as well. But more about that maybe later if there's a need for that. Okay.
Okay.
So you did verify a lot of information with me. Thank you for that. On the mortgage side, on the health side. Now, at this stage, I would really get into a financial fire drill with my kids. Listen to me, with my kids, with my clients, especially if there's a husband and a wife and you've got income coming in from both sides, and
Right.
they possibly need a little bit of direction on how much they can afford.
Right.
I'm not going to go in that direction with you because I do believe that you got your fingers on the pulse, and you know what you can afford. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not going to try and spoon feed you with that. So basically, we get to our needs analysis, and you've explained your needs and your concerns with me. So basically, I'm going to get straight into the options. Okay. We really got 3 options. Option number 1 is a full mortgage payoff. Now, a full mortgage payoff is harder to qualify for as we get older. If I'm talking to a 26-year-old or 36-year-old, it's more affordable for them to have a full mortgage payoff. Well, if we can't afford a full mortgage payoff, option number 2 is what we call a partial mortgage payoff. And a partial mortgage payoff is when the beneficiary is deciding they want to stay in the home for as long as possible. How many months can we afford of mortgage payments to keep them in the home for as long as possible?
Okay.
Option number 3 is what I call the equity protection critical period. This is what I was looking for in my personal story. That's to protect the equity in the home. Now, how long have you been in the home that you're in right now?
Since October.
Okay, so it's a short space of time, but I am pretty sure you've already built equity in the home as we are speaking right now. So,
Yeah.
a month down the road, a year, 2, 3 years, you're going to have equity in the home. And this is the critical period to help the beneficiaries, whoever the beneficiaries are, that they feel that they need time to make a decision. Are we going to sell the home, get the equity out of the home and downsize the home? If we're going to do that, we're going to need 6 months, maybe 12 months, maybe 18 months to be able to make that decision. And this is where we're going to find out what can we afford. Okay? And I'm going to change my screen right now. And I've got a great program I'm going to share with you. This company, American Amicable Life Insurance Company of Texas, they're a company that have this program specifically designed for mortgage owners. In other words, if you never owned a mortgage, I couldn't share this program with you. Okay? The great thing about this program is also the rates are rock bottom compared to other programs out there. This is the least expensive for you. And as I said in the beginning, as a consultant, that's my job, is to come up with what I believe is the best program for you.
Right.
The other great thing about this program is if you pass next week, if you pass away next month, a check will be made out to your beneficiary or beneficiaries, whoever they are, okay? And there won't be any handcuffs saying you have to use this check to pay mortgage payments, okay? So in other words, if they need 3 months of mortgage payments and then they're going to sell the home, get the equity out of the home, and they utilize the funds to pay 3 months of mortgage, there's still going to be a large chunk of that check still in their bank account. They can use that at their own discretion. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is, I just want to quickly pause something.